Make a wall, your very own wall. Get away from traditional wallpaper, escape boring paint shades. Today, our motto is personalization. Stickers, videos, original drawings, everything is possible, whatever your budget.
Bonjour. Hello, and welcome.
Anne-Sophie Robert is a painter, decorator, and artist. She creates what she likes while incorporating what her clients want for a truly original result. Let's visit one of them and start by looking at this wall.
The first time I saw this apartment, I immediately imagined this imitation checkered wooden look. It's important to know your clients. I like seeing the apartment as it was before they call me in. We have to come to an understanding. Then I make some suggestions, and then I start to change things. After that, in general, you can't go wrong. For the client, the important thing for the living room was the decor would work alongside the paintings. As you can see, we achieved that. So we created this entire wall in imitation vine wood with this marbling effect. We did it in several phases. There are several layers of glazing. And for the finish, everything is varnished with a matte varnish so that the walls are all identical and melt into each other perfectly. A decor of this sort ages really well. As it gets older, paint always loses its original color and sheen, so inevitably there comes a time when you have to repaint your apartment. But with a decor like this, in 20 years' time it will look just as good or even better.
If you prefer a hands-on approach, but if you're not a DIY specialist, all you need to do is start sticking. It's so simple. In this shop, you can buy yourself a brand new wall.
We offer different types, different ways of covering walls, via the vinyl technique or via the wallpaper technique, in little touches rather than totally covering a wall. It's best to concentrate on only one wall per room. There's also the digital photography technique that you can see here. All the clients who come in to buy this type of wallpaper think it will cheer them up when they wake up with it in the morning. So here we have a wallpaper created by a German artist called Andrea Puschnikor, who designs all her wallpapers in non-woven high-grammage paper. Then the design is screen printed, so we end up with these designs, as you can see, with a lot of irregularities, which gives them a more human side. Basically, we end up with wallpaper that is more like a painting than an everyday wallpaper. What I should say here is that all the designs are, even if they're cut afterwards by computer, everything is done by hand. So we always try to integrate an artist, a universe. Then we think about which technique will be most adapted to their style. And then each time we aim to make it very modular, so that the client can have a hand, if you like, in the final result. So here we have our stick-on wall decorations. We offer around 30 colors, so for example, you can choose this flower in red, then you just stick it onto a colored wall. It might be a white wall, or a different color background.
Better still, it's so easy. It's a bit like when we used to decorate our fridges with transfers.
These days we tend to have a lot more open spaces in our homes. Kitchens that open up into the main room, the open plan trend, and the loft-style apartments. So these designs help to break up the space a little bit. I really think that the vinyl technique will become a popular alternative in wall decoration, a very personal way of decorating a space.
The problem is that once we start sticking, we just can't stop. So let's calm down and see how to use them without going over the top. Now, a guided tour of Olivier's home, one of Fabienne's customers.
So we chose to use this lettering by Henry Ang, which was interpreted for home decoration. So the words are dotted around to label the different parts of the house. This slightly abrasive style of the lettering, a little bit worn away like this, is typical of Henry Ang, who is an artist who used to work in graphics.
Wallpaper takes a pattern and repeats it. We don't have any power over it, basically. Whereas here, we are taking the pattern out of the wallpaper, and it is the wall that becomes the wallpaper, in fact. You know what I mean? So, after that, it's up to you to lay it out in a random way or in an organized way if you want to.
In the kitchen, the style has been kept very simple. The owners chose the word restaurant to show that this is a place for inviting friends. Now, if we go into the living room, we see that they chose the word showroom, meaning that this is a party room, a place where they like to entertain, to put on a show for their friends. They have a lot of people and a lot of fun in this room.
Festive, flowery, and magical too. Angie and Akis' creations are as astonishing as beautiful. They shimmer day and night.
I make light images. I see them as paintings. So to get to this end result, I had to work with an industrialist to design an image projector. The result is called PI, which stands for Project Image. So this series of flowers has a name. It's called Bad Flowers. And basically, the image is inside. It's assembled inside when the customers receive their projector. Here we have a system of lenses that can be moved forward or backward, depending on the distances or on the diameter of the flower that they want to see. Here we have a section that we can turn to spin the image on the wall and to point it in whatever direction we want. This is the part that we attach, the fixing part, to attach the projector to the ceiling or to a wall. And here, on the back, there is a dimmer, so they can change the intensity of the light image. I was interested in having fun with a purely decorative element, which in this case is a flower, which almost has a slightly negative connotation in decoration. People tend to say, not flowers again. But on the contrary, I said to myself, why not develop a completely new and different angle? And to bring something new, even to a flower, and light always brings a magical touch to any support. And when the customers have had enough of it, they can just unplug the projector and the image disappears.
And what if every one of us called in an artist to create a wall for us? What would we get? An incredible look, a bit like the Hotel Fox in Copenhagen. Here, each room is a surprise and has been entrusted to a different artist. Here is the room created by two French designers, Antoine and Manuel. This is the room designed by Louise Formetek from London. And here is the room created by the South American designer Speto. Who said that all hotel rooms look the same?